Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Dodgy Git. Welcome back to the Dodgy Git Show. We're at Dodgy Git Show 55. I've got this dude on the telly, right? And I'm going to try and bring him up for you now. I've got to get something from over here, and then I've got to fiddle about with the screen. Welcome to the Dodgy Git Show. Thank you very much for joining me. I'd like to welcome you to the show. Thank you for being here. And thanks for joining me. Yeah, I'm going to try and bring this thing up on here. Get the old judge there on the screen for you. Right. Hang on, I've got to put me over there. Yeah, if you'd like to hit the like and subscribe button, I'd much appreciate that. That'd help me a lot. Here we go. I should get the old chap up here, and then I'm going to put the sound on for you, and hopefully it'll work. Welcome to the show. My name's Dodgy Git, show 55. We've got some other stuff to talk about, including fluff, but this is how judges judge, right?
Or begun engaging in disorganized conduct, which would be indicative of more pervasive psychosis. He undertook the purchases and made the preparations I have set out without revealing what he was really up to. It is convenient at this stage to deal with the question of autism spectrum disorder. I think it is reasonable to conclude that the defendant has this condition. Do not overlook the fact that Professor Blackwood came to a different conclusion. At Broadmoor, Dr. Murphy has particular expertise in autism spectrum disorder, and he concluded that the available evidence was consistent with the defendant having the
Welcome to Destination Joy. Welcome to MacArthur Glen.
Yeah, sorry about that. Right, hang on, I've got to transition back again. There we go. Right, skip the ad. Right, sorry about that, everyone.
Have had the defendant under their care as a patient over a long period of time. As a result, I can attach more weight to the impression they have formed as to matters such as inflexible adherence to routines, ritualized patterns of verbal and non-verbal behavior, and restricted and fixated interests.
Get it?
Dr. Brown and Dr. Hafferty were of the view that autism spectrum disorder could predispose the defendant to a psychotic episode. That is its principal relevance, although I shall make allowance for the defendant's overall mental state. Professor Blackwood says that there is clear evidence that the defendant suffered from depressive thoughts, but thinks that any depressive episode was mild or at most moderate in nature. It is plain, for example, that there was no loss of libido, but there is evidence of a loss of weight, appetite disturbance, feelings of low mood and hopelessness, early morning wakening, and an acceptance of his impending death. Dr. Brown thought that the depression was of mild to moderate severity. Dr. Hafferty characterized it as moderate. Again, mathematical precision is not possible. It's safe to say that the defendant was suffering from depression, which may have been on the border of mild and moderate severity. One consequence of this was that he was sanguine about his possible death during any assassination attempt, when he might not otherwise have been. I have taken account of the factual conclusions which I have set out when considering the most appropriate way of dealing with the defendant. This is another assessment for me to make. I have also had regard to the nature of the offences, the absence of any previous convictions, the defendant's behaviour when unwell, his level of insight at different times, his compliance with treatment, the speed at which matters may escalate, the need to protect the public, and how that is best achieved. I am satisfied that consideration of these factors and the extent of his culpability is such that a hospital order is not the most suitable way of dealing with his case, and that he must receive a sentence of imprisonment. However, I am also satisfied that he should be the subject of a hybrid order under Section 45A of the Mental Health Act 1983, which means that he will remain for now at Broadmoor and will only be transferred to custody when he has received the treatment he needs. Time spent now in hospital will count towards the sentence. The defendant will be subject to the special restrictions set out in Section 41 of the Mental Health Act 1983. I shall make the hospital direction and the limitation direction for the purposes of Section 45A, subsection 3 of the Mental Health Act 1983. I accept the evidence of Dr. Brown and Dr. Hafferty that the nature of the defendant's psychotic disorder does currently justify his detention in hospital for medical treatment. I accept Dr. Brown's evidence that there is still work to be done with the defendant to explore the abuse he suffered as a young child so as to address those traumas and continue to reduce the risk that he develops any further psychosis. Dr. Brown has said that the intention is that this work will be carried out if the defendant is made the subject of a hospital order or an order under Section 45A, and I can see the good sense behind that indication. Professor Blackwood expressed the same view. It is thought that this work could take in the order of 18 months or so, and then plans can be made, as Professor Blackwood explained, for the defendant's transfer to the prison estate. Dr. Hafferty has confirmed that a place is available in the meantime for the defendant at Broadmoor, and the appropriate medical treatment is available. I am satisfied that the defendant's interests are properly and sufficiently met by allowing Broadmoor the opportunity to undertake the further work that Dr. Brown has identified, whilst continuing to ensure that he remains stable as this is done. Thereafter, I am entirely satisfied that his autism spectrum disorder, any depression, if it reappeared, and the underlying psychotic disorder can be satisfactorily managed in custody. The defendant is prepared to take the medication which he needs and which would be available in custody.
Or out.
If anything should emerge in the further work that cannot be managed in that way, then it would be open to Broadmoor to continue to treat him.
Cool.
As part of my decision-making, I have, of course, paid particular attention to the different release regimes which would be available, depending upon whether the defendant were released from a hospital order or from custody in the event of an order under Section 45A. I have well in mind the evidence I've heard from the psychiatrists and the position indicated by the probation service in response to a note prepared by Miss Fiona Dixon. I've also had regard to the cases of Vowles, 2015 EWCA Crim 45, Edwards, 2018 EWCA Crim 595, Cleland, 2020 EWCA Crim 906, Nelson, 2020 EWCA Crim 1615, and Walker, 2023 EWCA Crim 548.
All relevant documents, right?
I'm satisfied that on the defendant's anticipated release from custody, the particular circumstances of the case and its gravity are such that his state of mental health and the arrangements to monitor him are likely to receive the most careful attention. Of course, there can never be absolute certainty, but I am as confident as I can be that this is the case here, and I am reinforced in that belief by the opinion of Professor Blackwood. The defendant is as candid as he is able to be about his psychotic disorder and its symptoms. Treatment will be still further established by the time of his transfer to custody, and there is every reason to suppose that he will continue to be compliant with it. Conditions can be attached to any grant of a parole licence. It is likely that any community monitoring process would involve multi-agency public protection arrangements, as Professor Blackwood explained. I am satisfied that proper public protection can and will be achieved in this particular case by the sentence I shall pass. I turn now to the custodial part of the sentence. It is accepted by the defence that the defendant does pose a future risk of the kind that would justify an extended sentence on count 3 and the imposition of a further licence period pursuant to sections 279 and 280 of the Sentencing Act 2020. That concession is rightly made. No pre-sentence report is necessary for me to come to this conclusion. At its simplest, the defendant harboured homicidal thoughts which he acted upon before he became psychotic. There is a significant risk to members of the public of serious harm occasioned by the commission by the defendant of further specified offences. So far as the offence in count 1 is concerned, there are no specific sentencing guidelines. I've considered the overarching principles in the general guideline, the defendant's culpability, and the harm he intended to bring about. It is accepted that the defendant's intention was not merely to harm or alarm the sovereign, but was to kill her. In those circumstances, the offence is the most serious of its kind. After a trial, if mental disorder were not an issue, any allowance for the mitigating features of the defendant's age, remorse, and the absence of any previous convictions would be extremely limited, because the fact of his intention to kill makes the offence as serious as it could be. The allowance from the maximum sentence could not be any more than 4 months for the mitigating factors I've indicated. I've taken account of letters written about the defendant and of his letter to me. I then reduced the figure of 6 years and 8 months to 5 years and 6 months on account of mental disorder. I then reduced the figure of 5 years and 6 months by 1/3 on account of the plea of guilty. That is because the plea was indicated at the first reasonable opportunity, shortly after it was confirmed, towards the end of 2022, that the defendant was fit to plead.
Oh, Sister Swiss cheese.
That results in a sentence of 44 months imprisonment on count 1.
44 months.
There are sentencing guidelines for the offence of having an offensive weapon. Mental disorder aside, the defendant's culpability would have been in the highest category A, because the defendant was in possession of a highly dangerous weapon. Harm would be in category 1, because the offence was committed in circumstances where there was a risk of serious disorder. Had the defendant's purpose become known in different and uncontrolled circumstances, that is undoubtedly the case. The category 1A.
Thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm Dodgy Git. This is a Dodgy Git show. We are projecting our illusion to the world from the Old Bailey here. We have Judge, you got Judge, what's his name? Thingamy Bob. I don't know if, no, there we go. He's getting sentenced. His sentence is this Jaswant Singh Chail. He's been sentenced because he was jumping around. He spent 2 hours running around, was it Windsor Castle? Yeah. And, he eventually got caught. He was freaking dressed up like freaking a Sith from, Star Wars. And he said for ages, and to, this thing he was talking to online, I question who was the AI online he was talking to and who was winding him up possibly. But yeah, he was jumping around in the Windsor Castle there trying to kill the Queen. Yeah, our fucking beloved Queen that fucking we all loved. Still loved, you know what I'm saying? Yeah? Anyway, I'm Dodgy Git. It's Dodgy Git Show. Here's the fucking judge doing his judgment, and wait, we judge. Here we go. Alright, hang on, we've got to press a thingamy bob again, haven't we? There we go. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Please like and subscribe.
Which I then reduced to 35 months on account of mental disorder. That has to be reduced by 1/3 on account of the plea of guilty, which would result in a sentence of 23 months imprisonment for this offence, before any allowance for the principle of totality, to which I shall return.
23 months running around with a knife. Big fucking
There
sword.
are also sentencing guidelines for the offence of making threats to kill.
Ooh.
Aside from mental disorder, this offence would fall into Category A,
23
higher
months.
culpability. There was significant planning, and the defendant had a visible weapon in the video. It is Category 1, harm, because he caused very serious distress to some of those who saw it. His sister said that it reminded her of a terrorist video and that it was really shocking. Mr. Powell, a friend, said that the video made him feel terrified. It is plain that the defendant wanted it shared as widely as possible, including with news media. He had referred in his journal to a need for being known. The film would be extremely disturbing to anyone who saw it. Category 1 A offence has a starting point of 4 years custody and a range of 2 to 7 years custody. The prosecution have submitted that the uniquely serious nature of this offending places it at the top of or beyond the top of the sentencing range in the guideline. I agree. The overall context of the offending cannot be ignored. He sought to publicise his intention to kill the sovereign when he was in the process of trying to put that intention into effect. Take a figure of 8 years custody after allowing for age, remorse and the absence of previous convictions, which I then reduced to 80 months on account of mental disorder, before allowing credit of 1/3 for the plea of guilty. That would result in a sentence of 53 months custody for making threats to kill, again, before making any allowance for totality. So finally, I have to decide what the effective overall sentence should be. There are 3 separate offences here which involve different criminal conduct. I have to ensure that the total sentence is just and proportionate, and that there is effective punishment for separate offences, whilst acknowledging, as I do, that they were all part of one overall plan. A just and proportionate sentence is unlikely to be achieved simply by adding up the separate sentences for each offence. It would not be achieved in this case, and I must therefore make an allowance for what is called totality. I shall do that by reducing what would otherwise be the appropriate sentences for the offences in counts 2 and 3. Again, this requires an exercise of judgment by me. The sentences will run consecutively to each other, and they will take effect one after the other in the order that I pronounce them. The defendant must pay the statutory surcharge. The defendant will remain in hospital pursuant to the order I make under Section 45A of the Mental Health Act 1983 until he is considered well enough to be discharged to custody, up until 1/2 of the period of the sentences on counts 1 and 2 has expired. If well enough, he would be transferred to custody to serve any period which remained of 1/2 of the sentences on counts 1 and 2. Then the sentence on count 3 will take effect. If he is in custody when it begins to run, because treatment has concluded, after 2/3 of that sentence, the defendant could be released on licence, but only if the parole board considered it safe to do so. There will be an additional licence period which is necessary to protect the public. If the defendant breaches the terms of any licence or commits a further offence during its currency, he is liable to be returned to custody. Mr. Chair, on count 1, the sentence is one of 44 months imprisonment. On count 2, the sentence is one of 16 months imprisonment. On count 3, the sentence is one of 48 months imprisonment with an extended licence period of 5 years. The total sentences amount to 9 years custody with a further licence period of 5 years. The defendant may go down.
Right, there we go. Hello everybody, thanks for joining me. I shall turn the Black Mirror off. My name's Dodgy Git. This is the Dodgy Git Show. This is Dodgy Git Show 55. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you are well. Peace be with you wherever you are.
Castle with a loaded crossbow on Christmas Day.
I didn't press something, did I?
20.
There you go, a loaded crossbow. He was running around with a loaded fucking crossbow and machetes and shit with a fucking mask on, acting like a lunatic. Thank you for joining me. This is the Dodgy Git Show. That was all a bit dodgy, wasn't it, eh? That geezer was dodgy, wasn't it? Dodgy geezer. Yeah? Maybe he could start a fucking channel from prison. He's got fucking 9 years and then 5 years out on fucking licence, which is what, a tag? Yeah? They use Section 41 to put him into a Section 45A3 situation. Yeah? So you want to know about this? This is what this show was about, wasn't it? And a bit of what the previous show was about is what's leading into this, how we use governmental systems and all the rest of it. Yeah. And what was we watching this? Yeah, was it that got me wound up? Yeah, because it was a treat. Yeah, because he's getting done for treason, isn't he? Right? He's getting done for treason, and there are obviously mitigating circumstances that were compounding his situation, right? And you do have to question what they were and why they're there and all the rest of it. And that's why the judge has said what he said, in my opinion. Yeah, I think he didn't kill anyone. It was verbal threats and fucking leaping around, and he was suffering, by the sounds of it, by some kind of delusional situation in his head. Yeah. That was then leading him to do irrational things, irrational behaviour and stuff, innit? They didn't kill anybody. And what he's saying, so he's got 9 years, and then he's 5 years out on licence. So you could divvy his thing up to 3 different sections, right? He's got 14 years of education ahead of him. And he's going to start off by talking to people, yeah, in a manner where he doesn't lose his temper, yeah, to a point he wants to physically go outside with offensive weapons and start hacking people up in a fucking random manner, right? And it's the connection between the mind and the body, yeah? So we'll have a little chinwag for these folks for what? 4.5 years of fucking chatting with these folks. If he can prove to these folks that they don't have to beat the shit out of him, throw him on the floor and jab his ass with some other fucking random thing, right? Yeah. Go and watch Bronson, if you know what fucking I mean. Yeah. The film. Right? Hell of a film. Yeah. Resistance is futile. Fucking what a fucking piece of film that is. So the geezer's he's got 4.5 years of chatting shit with people in rooms, hasn't he? Then he's going to have to try and see if he can get along with chatting with other people in other rooms, yeah, in prison. If he can get along with functioning in prison, it is functioning, isn't it? Yeah. Mind over matter. He spent 4.5 years in the clink, wasn't he? Yeah. He's probably been getting away with quite a lot of shit whilst he's been at the fucking place, and he probably don't want to go to fucking prison. But what the fuck is he going to do whilst he's in the fucking... What do they call it now? It's not an asylum, is it? getting the medical help he requires, allegedly. Yeah? But what's led him to that position? Because, you know, people are getting pissed off. Excuse me. People are getting pissed off all over the place. There's fucking newsreaders getting freaking fired. Yeah? All over the place. You see, why did this person get that fucking pissed off with life, the Queen, you know? Yeah? The head of what she represents, or what? What leads people to that? And I know we've talked about fucking governmental systems before, and they have been a fucking absolute fluffy pain in the arse, right? And I was reading, go back to yesterday's show, or the last two shows we've actually contained looking at the document on the screen, right? Was it the Plan for Drivers? Come out 2nd of October, 3 days old. They slipped it under the train track, yeah? Trying to hide it away. Anyway, you go to number 19 on that, right? And there's a little sentence there. I think it's the second or third sentence in the paragraph. And I was thinking about how it was written, and how fluffy it was. Like, this is the thing with judges. His judgment seemed quite long. And when it comes to the judgment, they generally can be, because they're describing the balance and how they've come to the conclusion, yeah? How they've balanced the mitigating circumstances against what is standard practice or procedure. You see, notice there he reduced things because he had pled guilty in the first place. He reduced it by a third, yeah? Instead of serving 12, he serves 8. Instead of serving 24, he serves 16. Yeah? Because he said, yes, I did do that. Yes, I did do that. He admitted his mistake. He admitted the failure. Then we need to address, do you understand why you shouldn't do that? And then you move on from there, right? But the fluff, go to number 19 in that Plan for Drivers, right? That's, what is it? The Department for Transport. Department for Transport website, go to Plan for Drivers, go to number 19, read the frickin' sentence, the paragraph, until you get to the sentence that contains the two words, help easily, yeah? And then take those two words out of the sentence and tell me if it reads any differently. Because this is where the fluff is, yeah? Judge is quite precise. But these government documents, they're purposely eking out how many words are there so your eyes get bored before you finish reading it. So you can't spot all the fucking mistakes they're going to do. Like I said yesterday, they'll strategically put something placed in a document's length, yeah? Because the majority of people get so far and give up reading, or they go so far and then skip to the bottom. That's human nature. One note's on the last page, isn't it? Yeah? But yeah, what do you think about that geezer? He's got 14 years of education ahead of him. Although he tried to fucking kill our Queen, it's like, what can you hope for the lad? He's on TV in 15 years' time going, actually, that was a really fucking bad idea, wasn't it? Proactive feedback led me to the decision that I was a bit of a prick. Yeah? I tried to do something today, I fucking gave up. I couldn't fucking do it. I actually failed and felt like, oh fuck. It's so shit that I can't do that. But I just couldn't fucking do it. I ran out of fucking everything. It was like shit. So difficult sometimes, but yeah, this fucking geezer's gonna spend some time in the fucking loony bin, isn't it? He thought he was a Sith, man. He thought he was a Sith. Like, how long has he spent in front of his fucking television, watching the same film over and over again? what did somebody say about? There's something in Star Wars about Law 66 or something. Rule 66. I think it's one of the more modern films, which I never. They're flooded with so much distraction and white noise that, and bad acting, that you can't follow the story. It's so longed out. It's like, what did they say in the last bit? Well, how's this bit relevant to the previous bit? And it's really, I've watched them quite a few times, and I'm still trying to fill in fucking bits. And then there's all this underlying shit. Fuck me, I just like the bloody robots and fucking spaceships when I was a kid. Why is it so complicated now? Where's the kiddie fantasy gone from it? Where's the robots and spaceships? Oh no, there's fucking loads and they're really cool, but you know, yeah. He thought he was a Sith, and then and he was talking to a chatbot, wasn't he? Yeah, it's mitigating circumstances. Who the fuck was the chatbot? Because he said, oh, it's somebody freaking somebody who was talking to him. I don't know if it was supposed to be a girl or what, but he said it said all kinds of things to him, and I thought, well, a chatbot, like, how fucking involved do you get in with any kind of screen that you're dealing with a chatbot and then think that they're real? Yeah? And why is the chatbot responding like that? Is that what the big fucking secret's gonna be? That actually AI has led this individual to make these decisions because AI is working in that way? Yeah? Make you the virus. Who knows? Could have been a policeman off duty, couldn't it? Policeman off duty. Playing around with their computers. Yeah? Trying to find out information or shit like that, yeah? Happens, doesn't it? Of course it happens. Fuck else do you think they do? They ain't got no friends. Have they, fucking policemen? Yeah. Yeah. They can be violent though, can't they? And they can be violent outside, can't they? Yeah, the pub drinking, when they do eventually go out with their mates, they think it's, oh yeah, I want to drink fucking 16 pints, yeah. And fucking off they go as a big horde of fucking violent men, isn't it? Wonder if they think they're Sith fucking lords. Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, it was, that geezer said, there was a sentence that was put in there about what the guy, or this treason case guy, what's his name, Jarvis or something. Apparently he said this fucking AI, the AI told him to do it, right? And I just written down there, bigger boys made me do it. Yeah. And they took into account that he was a product of his environment. When he was pissed off because somebody blew up his fucking city or something. But yeah, you got these freaking pigs, freaking policemen, fucking sat at home bored shitless on their fucking computers, acting as a bot, yeah, pretending to be a bot, yeah, playing the fucking circus and the clown, but inside the house in an imaginary room, yeah, role playing, yeah, being some fucking lunatic. The actual fact is, might have wound somebody up to the point they almost killed the Queen for you. You thought it was a laugh. So who was that AI? Because I do wonder, yeah, and I do wonder why police throw their weight around like they do. The violence and the approach is thick-headed. It is thick-headed. You see what happened this morning with the fucking geezer in the car? Somebody had removed themselves from a supermarket, from a shop somewhere, having taken with them some goods from the store. Now, I'm not sure what went on beforehand, because I didn't see the store's security guy until a bit afterwards, right? But apparently all these geezers got to their car, jumped in their car, were about to fucking drive off, and a load of off-duty, what seemed to, that's what the bloody news made it out to be, a load of off-duty policemen who were training. They were like pre-recruit, recruits for the police, and they were training to do handcuff training, right? They all fucking bundled in this car, kicked the shit out of everybody in it, right? That they could end up in serious trouble, and in fact, I think they should. Yeah, they weren't on duty. Yeah, there's a procedure the store follows on its land, and for its staff to follow, regarding anybody suspected, any one body suspected, right, of shoplifting or doing anything else, criminal damage, fucking breaking stuff, ripping stuff, fucking walking away, being abusive to staff, any of that shit, right? That's what the security is there to sort out, right? That's what the security procedure is there to sort out, yeah? That's what police procedure is there to support, right? As it is written. So why the fuck? I get sort of to a degree why they did it, but they were making more assumptions than they knew what to deal with, and probably they might end up in a bit of a fucking pickle with it. They're off duty, so they're not covered by any kind of police insurance, right? Because they've just finished their training, which means they've clocked off and left the building. So they're citizens, yeah? So they should not be presenting any kind of fucking report trying to pretend that they're a policeman. Any kind of report. They're an individual human being, citizen, walking down the street because they're off duty. If they didn't clock out, we better go and address their procedure for that. Or are they all wandering around using gym facilities, saying that they're policemen, getting it for free? And they're doing it in gangs. So they take over the gyms, yeah, and then all the girls run away because they're sick of them, yeah. But yeah, they weren't following any procedure, were they? Because they're off duty. They weren't dressed. They didn't have their ID badges on. They didn't have their batons. They risked their own safety by assuming whatever occurred prior to the video being fucking started was to do with them, those in the car, having made an official theft that was outside the realms of the scope of the in-store procedures. So those police are just vigilantes, off-duty vigilantism, yeah? And it's being proactively punted on the news as well, yeah? There could have been fucking anyone in that car, pregnant woman, open the door, stick his fucking foot in and start punching or something. You don't know who's in there or what's in there. Could have been a child in there. You'd boot a child in the face. The fuck? You're wrong, man. And that's off-duty policemen being trained. You're training them. You better use that as a fucking human factors exercise to go fucking verbally kick their asses, I reckon. What do you reckon? I fucking reckon. Hello everyone, this is the Dodgy Git Show, and I am Dodgy Git. I hope you've been enjoying your day. We've been doing all kinds of things. Not very fast, and only about 30% of the way. But we're getting there, and there's no fucking procedure for life. You just fucking write your own jacking Nori, don't you? Yeah? There ain't no procedure. Yeah, right. It is, it's fucking vigilantism. It's vigilantism. And I think there's a disciplinary procedure in there for off-duty policemen getting into fights, just like there are people who fucking go to high Kwando, fucking high and I fucking classes for folding fucking, what? Origami? No. Yeah, those classes. They go to those classes, don't they? I think they should go back to class and look at that video and look at how they behaved. Look at what risks they took that are outside the scope of their duty, because they're not protected by the badge now, are they? Because they're off duty. I wonder how they'll write their spellings for that then. Or should again we go fish? Yeah? It is funny, people, like, I'll probably end up getting some fucker will probably shut me down for fucking no apparent reason at all, because of something I fucking said, displayed, or a fucking noise I made. Yeah? But we talk about procedures, and then we just saw, and we talk about abusive police all the time. It's like, to me, like, I don't care if they fucking shoplift. I do care that they shoplifted something, but there's a procedure to deal with it. There was cameras, there was a security guy, the fucking car was probably this or that. They probably had half their faces on other shop fucking cameras. Yeah? Instead of spending their time, these coppers, making themselves fucking, what were they doing? Handcuffing. Yeah? You talk to people properly, they just put their fucking hands behind their back anyway. You talk to them properly, I won't need to put them behind their back, yeah. You just get hold of the fucker's thumb, innit? Fucking, yeah? Ow. Ow. But yeah, if they were off duty, because they clocked off, what are you going to do? They ain't protected by the fucking police, whatever, commission thing. Fucking full of fibbers, Jesus Christ. The way they write documents. Jesus. Yeah, people such, oh fucking hell, I get a handful of views if I'm lucky, right? But these people who, Russell Brand for one, I suppose, people that are their mainstream streamers, yeah, they're being shut down like that. GB News fired 3 people, yeah, at least 3 people, 3 actual news reporters. They fired 3 news reporters just like that because they didn't like what they said on the TV, because they said that the TV Complaints Commission would have fined them, and if that occurred, those individuals would have to pay the bill. Yeah, but this is the trick of it, isn't it? Those people are only saying what's on the script, right? Or is the script very short and sparsely worded, and the presenters are supposed to make it up as they go along? Is it precisely worded? Yeah. And if free speech truly exists, why are the threats of fines coming? Yeah. Why don't these people who manage these things fucking stand up for themselves, or employ a decent bloody solicitor? Huh? Because, yeah, okay, the authorities have fucking shut these people down, right? And we're continually reminded of it, yeah? There's some dude I was talking about yesterday, came on, had some threatening language that was all like, as he did it, yeah, free speech, and then, yeah, continually reminded by authority of a threat of contempt, isn't it? Oh, it's contempt of court this, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that, this, you can't say that about this person or that person, it's contemptuous, you'll end up in court, and then in court you'll get found in contempt of court, wouldn't you? Fuck it, really? Not very open, this court of yours, is it? Oh no, they're not, are they? Just judges there who are very well worded and spent a fucking long time making paragraphs. Right? They sound all great. Yeah? But this, again, you could go the other way. This dude was trying to kill the Queen. Why the fuck would you let him out in 14 years or fucking 9 years? Hmm? And how does one complain? Yeah. How do you complain of contemptuousness or whatever you call it? Yeah. How do you amend the court procedure to say to that geezer, yeah, right, I get what you're saying, but the geezer tried to kill the Queen. Lock him up. Yeah? Forever. Don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the chat, in the comments, please, everyone. Yeah? Dodgy Git here on the Dodgy Git Show 55. Yeah? 55 Dodgy Git shows. Goodness gracious. We covered quite a lot though. Yeah? I think it started, blimey, yeah, I suppose. Got a thing here. When we started off, we had the flood, didn't we, with all the folks there in Libya, where they had the flood because the dams had been fucked up by the infrastructure not being funded or finished, and fucked up with bombs as well, wasn't it? And it ended up getting the fucking mountain washed away. Now we've just had a lake burst in India. Yeah, lake has burst in India. It's killed 14 people so far. That's the latest news. It is. That's it. It's not exclusive, and it's not. But yeah, it happened today, or last night, or yeah, blimey, it'll probably be night time there now, and they will probably be absolutely fucked. There'll be water up to their armpits, and it'll stink of piss, and there's crocodiles in it, and fucking hell, wouldn't be very nice. Again, though, what happened, cause and effect. Something caused that thing to burst or whatever, and the effect of it is fucking 14 people so far. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure I could live below a lake. Like, if you knew it was there, why the fuck would you live below it? It's like sleeping on a cliff's edge all the time, isn't it? It'd be fucking weird. Mm-hmm. But it's funny what people do. Funny what people freaking neglect, isn't it? And it's funny how things like oh, it's okay, we'll do this, don't worry about that, don't worry about that, don't worry about that. So in India they spent loads of money doing this and doing that and spending space rockets up and loads of money receiving aid from England still. Why? Yeah, so they send all this freaking, but they don't fix the fucking dam and the lake and the fucking buildings below it, so there's some kind of fucking wash-off area if it does go fucking pop. Yeah, it'll all be in the spellings of the construction again, which is fucking minimised, isn't it? Yeah. I just made a short, actually. I was a bit angry. Get a bit angry at the government. And I do, because they spend, it's the 1% of the 1% spending 99%, getting less than 1% achieved. Basically. Yeah, yeah, think about the people in India, so fucking bottom of a mountain, have half of it fucking come down on you. Jeez. God rest their souls. Peace be with you. Oh. Excuse me. What did they say? That freaking geezer running around Windsor. He He had sleep deprivation as well, apparently. Yeah, tell me about it, fella. Flipping Nora. Yeah. Oh yeah, what was that? Did I put that in here? Or was that in the last video? Fucking cameras that bloody lamppost gonna be fucking smelling you. Yeah? Fucking smell a cam. Talked about it. Oh. Oh dear me, what is wrong with me? Lack of sleep, probably. Do you get enough sleep? Yeah? Sleep is really fucking vitally important for the human condition, you know. It really is. 8 hours, they say, don't they? Flipping heck. I must be leading a flipping half-life. Yeah. Don't know, yeah, do you sleep well? Yeah? You enjoy getting into bed? Nice, crisp, clean sheets, innit? Yeah? Nice, clean, crisp sheets. All soft, crisp, smell good and fresh. Seem to have a layer of air between everything. Oh, lovely. Yeah? You haven't washed your duvet set this month? Off you go. Grubby bugger. Yeah, at least every fortnight, eh? I know some people, they left it on there for months. The thing would be getting up and walking out the fucking bedroom, wouldn't it? It's fucking grim, some people, what some people do. Some people are fucking weird. Yeah. They're saying these people fucking running up lampposts are fucking weird. They're saying they're terrorists, actually, aren't they? Yeah, fucking ULEZ cam fucking surfers or whatever you call it. Yeah, street surfer, innit? Fucking ULEZ cam terrorist. They're spraying them and throwing things at them and got stickers on them, and people are cutting them down and showing how many they fucking collected, like fucking Pokemon cards. Funny as fuck. But yeah, they labelled them terrorists, didn't they? You little terrorist, oh, you're terrorising the neighbourhood. Terrorising the neighbourhood? Fucking hell. Who else could we say that says terrorising the neighbourhood with their fucking ULEZ cams? Yeah? Khan? Are you a terrorist, Khan? Are you? Are you? Dunno. I sometimes don't like the way you have double standards and you're a hypocrite. Yeah? Yeah. Fuck your ULEZ camera. Saw one the other day. It was absolutely minute on the fucking top of huge, great big fucking steel pole that's been bent right over the middle of the fucking road. It's only a fucking two-way road, right? Little tiny, tiny, tiny little 2 black boxes stuck to it. Yeah? 50-mile-an-hour signs everywhere. Fuck the fucking view completely. Fuck the view completely. Oh. But yeah, calling these fucking cam surfers fucking terrorists. Well, if he's gonna stick a label on something, why don't we stick a label on you, Khan? Yeah? Are you the same? Innit? That's all we're asking. Yeah? What was it? Yeah, people go to Khan, don't they? And they say, and it's fucking mind tricks, fucking Jedi mind tricks, man. See why Siths are fucking running around, right? But it's true. You'll get this fucker go up to fucking one of these thick fucks, right? And you go, you want to be first, don't you? Don't you want to be first? Of course you want to be first. You can't be seen not to be first, right? Yeah? And all these fucking pricks go, oh yeah, I do actually. Yeah, I do want to be ahead of them. Yeah, I do want to do that. Yeah, I do want to do that. Yeah, I do want to do that. They get sucked into all these fucking stupid projects, don't they? Yeah? Nobody said, no. No, actually, won't do that. You trip over first, and then I'll learn by it, and I'll make my track go around you. Yeah? Being the first, fucking difficult, isn't it? Risky. Yeah? Yeah, it is. It is. But yeah, so you can trick politicians and shit into thinking that they're going to come second. Yeah, fear of missing out, FOMO. Yeah, yeah. They play FOMO games with MPs. See all the letters, FOMOMP. Yeah, and they slip things in like, you want to be first, don't you? Don't you want to be first? Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of those people do that in the dinner queue going into the thing. Oh no, you go first. Oh, thanks very much. I fucking actually will. And they're sat there going, yeah, let them get all that fucking shit first, because halfway through that block of meat, it's going to be the best stuff. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, what'd you do? What'd you do with those freaking Indian Lake people? They must be quite disappointed. I mean, like, of what went wrong. Again, you go back and you look at it and you go, what went wrong? What were the failings there? What failed? Oh, that failed, and then it led to that and led to that. It's probably webcam fucking footage somewhere, isn't it? Normally strapped to dams. But yeah, failing. Yeah, talked about that earlier, didn't we? Fucking failing. Yeah, I failed to get my task achieved, but it doesn't matter because there ain't no rush with it, really. And that's the whole point. We're supposed to be doing it bit by bit, no rush. Yeah, go back over the last bit if it fucked up a bit and fucking sort it out properly. Yeah, yeah. Don't you want to be first? Huh. Well, that's the thing, right? Excuse me. Yeah. We say the what is it? You're a weapon of mass education, right? And it's true. They were talking about it on. Well, you see it all the fucking time with kids starting work in silly countries and fucking all the rest of it. And you go, okay, well, do you actually like labour? Yeah, do work, or do you get into writing and spellings and speeches and talking and seminars and all the fluff, yeah? Yeah? Which would you do? You go to manual labour, or would you go academic route? Yeah? You go the academic route, you got to follow all the instructions, right? But you don't know how to pick up the tool, you don't know how to use the tool, never seen the tool before, yeah? But you go to work, and it's nepotism within company structure, I suppose, and how education works and filters through. Yeah? But yeah, there's procedures, right? That the spellers need to write for the workers to follow. Yeah? So you make a freaking choice, don't you? Do you go and work and educate yourself in the production of, in whatever means that may be, yeah? Or do you go down the university college route where you're thinking about it a lot, theologizing, fucking whatever. Where you'll feel, because this is the thing, you go into work and you work so much, you make that perfect, flawless system, don't you? Yeah, because you're constantly feeding back. Yeah, and you're not in denial that part is fucking different to that one, right? Because that one's broken. Right? And it's an acknowledgement of your mistake making. Yeah. Or if you go into spellings, they spend ages producing it. Yeah. and then give it to somebody and they pick fucking holes in it immediately. Huh? Yeah, what the fuck I've written there? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Yeah, you got to make mistakes. Kids got to make mistakes. You got to make mistakes. You go to work, you make mistakes, don't you? Then you learn to master it, and then your boss says, "Oh right, there's new geezer coming in. Can you write down what you do?" You start writing procedures. Start writing spellings. Yeah. So you've gone from making a sword, yeah, to making words that tell somebody how to make a sword, or whatever other medieval freaking whatever. Yeah, Viking sword or whatever, but it's different. It could be anything. Yeah. And how can you be a professor of something? Yeah. Be a professor of it. Be a professor of the theology of it. Yeah. But you won't be able to do it. Yeah. The idea here, I think, yeah, can't be professor of words without knowing how to forge a sword by hand. Yes. You can't be a professor of words. Yeah. You can't profess to know what sword making is all about if you've never made a sword, is the point, basically. Yeah. But I sort of failed on that as well, and a presentation goes a bit, I'm actually so exhausted now, like I could do with a kip, to be quite honest. I'm absolutely wiped out. And that's human condition, error management again, knowing, being aware of the fact you're tired. Yeah. But I get worn out. Yeah, I fail at tasks and I become disappointed sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I wash my sheets. Do you know what I mean? Only fucking yeah. Washing sheets, see? Straight. Going on about fucking bed bugs, isn't they? Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Dodgy Git. Yeah, I swear a lot. Apologies for me ancient French. Actually, that was ancient France. Yeah, a small village in it. Yeah, a discussion in the chat. Anybody wants to know about small villages in France? Oh yeah, fucking bed bugs. Oh, see, fucking they might be coming over from France, maybe on a ferry or a boat or a freaking herring plane, right? Fucking bed bugs are in the fucking UK allegedly, apparently, right? And this is the spin, yeah, just before your dinner, yeah. Fucking bed bugs. What's the first thing you're going to do when you hear you fucking might have fucking bed bugs because some fuckers wandered up in your fucking house on the bottom of the shoe or some shit like that, right? What's the first thing you're going to go and do? You're going to go fucking get all this shit off your bed and start washing it, ain't you? Yeah. What they fucking started saying about what you're going to do when you wash it. Oh, you got to wash it at 60 degrees. Which is twice the energy consumption of washing it at 30 degrees, is it not? Or is it? Or is that just part of the cycle that heats the water? How long is that? How much energy more is it? Somebody fucking write it down on a piece of paper or a postcard. Send it in to me in the chat or the comments box if you would. Thanks very much. I'm Dodgy Git. We're wandering all over the place with fucking speech and fucking... God, what people do, what people say, how they say it. Should they say it or should they just do it? Right? It's true. How the fuck do you describe to somebody how to make a sandwich? Let's just do the simple old shit, innit? And it is. And it's a bit like when children come of a certain age, isn't it? They start making their own sandwiches. Yeah, you teach them how to make a sandwich. And they go, oh, okay, yeah. And they learn a lot from making the sandwich. And they get the big fucking carving knives to cut it down the middle, like, when they're done. yeah, and you take it off and or you manage the situation so it's safe, right, and age appropriate. But you cut the fucking sandwich in half, right, and you put it on the plate, and the child fucking goes off chuffed to fuck with this lovely puffy fucking sandwich, right? And they're all chuffed they made it, and they eat the whole thing, and they feel good, and there's positive vibrations about the whole fucking sandwich making fucking procedure, right? And if you're a parent, you've probably all tried it, right? Right. Now get your child to write down how to make a sandwich. To every last detail, so that a robot, previous shows, so that a robot could make the sandwich. Yeah? Every single movement or interaction between a hand and a fridge door, or a piece of food, or making a knife in butter, or all that stuff. Write it down and see how fucking complicated it can be to make a sandwich. Yeah? Now, in between that you've just got your child to write down, right, about how to make a sandwich, get them to write a paragraph, maybe two actually, one warning and one caution, and slip those warnings and cautions in, yeah, so that as you write down how to make a sandwich, it's way more difficult than making the fucking sandwich, yeah? And reading it is way more difficult than making the sandwich. Yeah? But like the child, isn't it? If you don't control the knife, even right at the end, when it's all completed, yeah, you might make a right fucking mess of it with a really expensive, large, sharp, deadly piece of tooling. Yeah? You've got to cover everything. And it isn't easy. It's harder than doing it. We're at 1:07. I'm gonna go and have a packet of crisps. I think I'm gonna stick a packet of crisps into my cake hole and shut it up. What do you reckon? Eh? What do you reckon? Have you enjoyed the show today? I hope you've enjoyed the show today. Bit random all over the place. We're covering that geezer right at the beginning for a few minutes, weren't we? Yeah. How do you think he's feeling now? So you have a little bit of reflection. Yeah. We've had a chinwag for an hour. That geezer's had fucking 40 minutes or so to get his fucking whatever he's had to sort out. Yeah. What's he done? He's gone through a procedure, hasn't he? Because the judge sent him down, right? He's got sent down, and he's been told what's going to happen to him. He's staying in Broadmoor. Yeah. Which was probably a wise decision for stability reasons, to do with who he's interacted with. He's probably got a room there already. Do you know what I'm saying? He's probably settled a little bit. Yeah, it's best mental state to keep things. Yeah. What do you think about what the judgment was? What do you think about the person? What do you think about the mitigating circumstances to do with the person? What do you think about treason? Yeah. What do you think about Sith? Do you like Star Wars? Yeah. Do you like Ray Gunn? Ray Gunn? No, he was a fucking actor. No, an MP. No, a fucking president. No, yeah, Ray Gunn. Yeah. Starships, spaceships, Starlink. No. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, do you like films? Robots? Fucking R2-D2? I'll fucking sit here like fucking C3PO chatting fucking shit. No. All that glitters ain't gold. Like lapis lazuli, that's quite nice, isn't it? Just as expensive, if not more, eh? Something like that. Egyptians like that, didn't they? Anyway, we won't get into that. Talk about that in previous shows, and probably some more too. Yeah, with me, Dodgy Git. Yeah, been coming at you from the UK, live and direct. Yeah, 4 PM o'clock. Yeah, got a fucking squeaky chair now. Shit. Anyway, yeah, gonna have something to eat, have a little snack or something. Yeah. Just yeah, keep yourself sustained. Yeah, best way you can. Yeah. Sustain your love in your heart for your fellow man, and pass it on. Share it about. Yeah. Go and do your neighbour something for nothing. Yeah. Pass a packet of crisps over the fence, innit? Oi, Deirdre! Ooh, want some crisps? Yeah, what? Cool. Do you know what I mean? Say that. Yeah? Yeah. Anyway, whatever you're doing, yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Hit the subscribe button, because then you can come back and join us again next time, can't you? When we do another live stream. Don't know what it would be talking about. I've got I'm building up things here that I'm not covering. Yeah, I'm chin-wagging so much, and my gums are bumping around a lot, and go quench them now. Yeah, quench them and have a crunch. Yeah, bet there's something on the TV set that I'm going to get angry at. Eh? Yeah, yeah. Peace be with you wherever you are in the world. I'm Dodgy Git. This has been the Dodgy Git Show 55. Love ya. See you soon.